Hi, thank you so very much for giving me an opportunity to speak before you and tell why I could be the right match for this advert, for this economics teacher position. This is Samia Abdi, and I describe my skills as a positive, energetic, knowledgeable, and industrious teacher. I have the right amount of skills required for the advertised position. Not only that, I am a quick learner and I'm going to adapt to whatever is required by me to fulfill for the desired position. As a teacher, I rate myself between students where I can see what students lacking, where I can pitch in my expertise to upgrade them, what I can do to see that the learning is taking place in the class, what I can see how differentiation can be taken place. How can I make a difference in a child who is a slow learner? How can I push a child who is really an A star, a gifted and talented? So all these things makes me the right candidate as I'm going to inculcate techniques and skills in students to not only extend their learning experience but also how to write the answer. Being a commerce teacher with me, I focus a lot on understanding the concepts well so the child do not have to focus on mugging up the concepts. Rather, they can understand with giving real time examples. The classroom is not all about lecture taking, it has to be student centered, where the child has to do critical thinking to reach out to the concept. Right from training the student to making them capable, to making them overcome their doubts and fears, and making them comfortable, capable, contented, not only in class but to face the real time challenges outside the world as well. To work on their given abilities, where I can brush up their abilities and I can make them, a real scholar. All that makes me the right candidate for this position. Now, when it comes to an outstanding lesson, what and how do we categorize an outstanding lesson? For me, an outstanding lesson is not something which has been planned and just been delivered. An outstanding lesson is something which is interactive, where I'm getting a feedback, where a child is there taking charge to speak, where I can find that peer teaching is taking place, where I can find that there are discussion taking place. I can create an environment in a class where learning takes place automatically. That makes it an outstanding lesson. At times, a teacher has to go beyond what is there in the class. Rather, you have to get connected because you have to create that environment where these young learners get into open ended questions. We cannot be, taking up close ended questions where we cannot, then how would we get into the critical thinking? So with me is I am there with a very open ended mind that my class has to be with a lot of variety of techniques, where I get feedbacks, where I can regularly do AFLs, where I can keep checking with questioning technique or by feedbacks or by peer assessment. My objective only starts with SMART. It should be specific, measurable, attainable, relative, and timely. So, if my objectives are set in such a way, then definitely I'll start my lesson with revisiting with the previous topic that as I have taught before, so that I can give the child a quick recap of what has been done with some activity that can introduce the chapter or the topic which is the currently decided to be taught in, let's say, today's lesson, making sure that the learning is taking place and not for the selected few but the whole class. My lesson has to be designed in such a way that I'm reaching out to each individual sitting in this class. We do follow differentiation, we do make grouping, we do have mixed ability children. So certainly, we for an outstanding lesson, it is not just the lesson plan. It is how am I approaching, how well I do connect with the student, how can I inculcate the interest throughout the lesson. Throughout the lesson, the child is connected with what I'm teaching. The child is understanding and willing to learn. So that willingness keep coming when you keep revisiting the topic you are doing. You keep taking feedbacks. You keep checking that whether the success criteria is matching with the objectives which have been designed. Certainly, the four-part lesson only gets converted into an outstanding lesson where I am enthusiastic, I am knowledgeable, I'm skilled, and definitely I would love to have patience to get connected with this age group. Only then this lesson will turn out to be a wonderful one. I hope I have tried my level best to express myself